So I know at the end of the last video, I said, if you want me to do another example, let me know. But I said to do another example anyway. So if after seeing the last video, you're like, I'm good, I've got this, then you don't necessarily need to watch this video because we're just gonna be doing the same thing. And then graphing it, which you already know how to do. So whether or not you want to watch this video is up to you, but I'm gonna make it anyway. So yeah. But before you leave, hopefully you haven't left yet, we are going to be going on to ellipses next. And so when we get to ellipses, I'm going to talk about some cool things about circles that I can't talk about until we know some things about ellipses. So in case you're thinking, hey, I thought you were going to talk about cool things about each of the shapes, we are going to talk about cool things about circles, just not until we've talked about ellipses. So there's that disclaimer out of the way. So now if you want to leave this video, that's fine. But if you want another example of how to change an expanded form of an equation for a circle into standard form, stick around because that's what we're going to be doing. All right. So again, we need to do double words are not fixing in my brain. Sorry, we need to do double completing the square. We have to complete the square twice. All right, so first thing we need to do is rearrange our equation to get our x's together, our y's together, and our numbers on the other side. That's always going to be our first step. So I'm going to go back to blue. We're going to have x squared plus 10x, leave a space, plus y squared plus 6y, leave a space, equals negative 18, right? Because we're subtracting this to the other side, so negative 18. All right, so now we need to figure out what our completing the square is going to look like. So I'm going to have x squared, nope, no I'm not. I'm going to have x plus or minus something, plus something specifically, right? Because this is plus, it's going to be plus. So I'm going to have x plus something, and over here I'm going to have y plus something. And we have to figure out what that something is going to be. And to do that, we divide by 2. So it's going to be x plus 5 squared plus y plus 3 squared. Then I need to complete my perfect square trinomial up here. So I need to take this and square it and add it to this side. So I get plus 25, which means I need to add 25 on the other side of the equation as well. And then I need to do the same thing for the y's. So 3 squared is 9, so I'm adding 9. And then I have to add it to the other side as well. So make sure if you're adding something to one side, you're also adding it to the other. Otherwise, it will change the equation. And that is not good. We just want to change the form, not the equation. So once you have all that, you can add these together and get 16. So those are equal to each other. So x plus 5 squared plus y plus 3 squared equals 16. Now all we have to do is graph that. So hard part's done. All we have to do is graph. So our center is at negative 5 and negative 3. So our center is at negative 5 and negative 3. And our radius is the square root of 16, so 4, right? Our radius is 4. So I go 2, 3, 4. And I'm done. I've graphed my circle. It's that simple. The hard part of this really is just getting it into this equation, or this form, I should say. So just make sure you're paying attention to detail when you are completing the square twice, and you should be fine. Hopefully this helped, and I will see you when we talk about ellipses.